This episode of a Hero's Journey podcast is brought to you by S&P Inc. right here in Las Vegas. Let them rebuild your confidence. And JSP Computers out of Oregon. Thank you, Jesse. So I'm just going to go right into it. This is a Hero's Journey podcast. My name is Brian Hopkins, and sitting next to me, I have my new co-host. This is number 5 for us. Yes. Danielle Vasanova, everybody.
Great to see you guys. Welcome back to the show.
So here's a crazy thing. Over the weekend, I get a message, I think it was like on Sunday night.
Okay.
And this is a soldier. And he reaches out to me. And he said, hey, this Hero's Journey thing, I can name 20 heroes that didn't come back from overseas when I went back, when I was there serving. And it was almost like he was a little upset because he was like, the people you have on, they're not heroes, they're the heroes. And I said, they absolutely are the heroes, meaning the people he was talking about.
Yeah.
And I said, what we are doing here is we are letting everyone know that we're the hero of our own story. You are the hero of your own story. When you get up today in the morning, if you're lucky enough to actually wake up, breathe, and get to start, you get the chance to be in control. You write your story. And that's what this is. We're not calling ourselves heroes. We're not calling our guests the heroes. I'm calling you the hero. You, the listener, the person that is getting up. This show is made to actually inspire you. And in turn, we get inspired with our guests. We're sitting here listening to stories about people that are doing something that we're not doing. And that I wish that I could do, or makes me want to work harder to do the things that I'm actually, in the middle of doing right now.
Absolutely.
Like this show.
Yeah.
So.
And we get the chance to rewrite our book at any page we want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a new chapter all the time. And right now on a Hero's Journey podcast, we have a guest. Danielle hit me and she's like, this girl's beautiful. She's an
Smart,
entrepreneur.
Talented.
Exactly. And do you want to introduce your friend?
Yeah, absolutely. So on the show today, we have Elle Drane. She is a international supermodel, entrepreneur, lover of life, and she is the star of the new Imagine Dragons Sharks video.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thanks for coming on.
I love that beautiful hat, and you brought family when you came in the room. What do you think of this place?
I think this is an amazing place. The energy is great, and the concept is just amazing. I love the fact that there's a platform so that people can tell their stories and share and inspire others. It means a lot.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for joining us and doing this with us. So tell me about yourself. Where are you from?
California.
What part
Born
of
and
California?
raised.
Yes, born in California, partially raised in Texas.
What part of Texas?
Houston, Texas.
Okay.
Wow.
Houston, Texas.
I just got back
That little
from Texas.
accent came out of just a little bit
Yeah.
Texas, right?
Yes, Houston, Texas. I love it there. Spent a lot of time there with my grandmother. She's actually trying to move here soon.
To Vegas?
So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
That would be lovely if she can come here. So we're working on
You're
that.
super close to her.
We are. We're
Yeah.
like best friends.
Oh.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah. So you have the city girl life, the country life.
That's me.
and-
Half farm girl, half city girl,
yes.
right? Yes.
I love
High
it.
five.
Hybrid. So yeah, that's where I'm from. And
Growing up, did you always know that you wanted to model?
I didn't know exactly what was going on, but I was exposed to a lot of backstage access.
How so?
My mom and her twin, they modeled, and I didn't know exactly what it was at the time. I
Right.
just knew I was backstage. There's beautiful dresses, there's makeup, there's tall ladies. It was fun. I
Yeah.
liked Barbie a lot, so I like to dress up. There's a difference between Barbie and baby dolls. Baby dolls are babies. Barbies, you dress up and you
Right.
have fun. And so I was a Barbie doll type girl, not a baby doll type girl. So.
Wow.
You are a Barbie doll type of girl.
Thank you.
Right?
I love it. It's fun. I love dressing up. I
Yeah.
love changing my hair all the time, my outfits. I have different energies and moods, and I like to embrace them all.
That's
Your
amazing.
chameleon soul, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
You look beautiful. I saw you in the video. You sent over a clip of the video with Imagine Dragons. Great band. I've seen them a few times.
Killer video.
Oh, and the video is outstanding.
Yes.
It took it. It's a little mini movie. This thing is unreal. Did you have fun shooting this?
I did. The cast was amazing. The
How did that
artists
come
were
to be?
amazing. You know, I got a phone call, and I was actually selected by my co-star in that video. They're
Oh, no
from
way.
Vegas.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, there's
you were
about
friends?
a few of them are a few
Oh.
of them are from Vegas, and I got a call from my agent, and they were like, you were specifically selected for this. Can you do it? Please tell us you can do it. And at the time I was in California, and I said, yeah, well, sure. You know, I'll do it. I'll do it.
That's
Can't
amazing.
dance, but I can, I don't know what I'll, have to do. But I got there, and everything was fun and amazing, except for the part where I had to throw the chips in the air.
Why? What happened?
It was so rebel. I was like, this doesn't feel right. But they were like,
called
do it again.
acting. It's acting.
It just didn't feel right because they were real. And there
Oh,
were so
real
many people
chips?
around. Yeah, they were real chips, and I had to throw them up, and they come down. They're heavy. So I
like
was
they
like,
were landing on
"Sorry."
people?
Yeah, they were landing on people. And
You're like, I'm not trying
that
to
was
hurt
the only
anyone.
part that was a little uncomfortable, but I got over it.
Give everybody helmets or something, right?
You get to be a rebel. You're getting paid to be a rebel.
Yes.
It was awesome. I mean, you're in the opening scenes, like right out of the gate.
All
And,
over the place.
Yeah,
through
everywhere.
The whole video. Yeah. How many days was the shoot?
It was about 3 days.
Oh wow,
About
that's
3
pretty long
days,
for
yeah.
a video.
Yeah, well, they had different scenes. You had the shark aquarium. You had
Right.
inside the casino. You had the waterfalls. Or what is it? The
Bellagio.
fountains.
Fountains.
The fountains.
Yeah.
The beautiful fountains, which
Yep.
is actually my favorite scene because you see the mini
And the sharks.
Yeah.
It was all the CGI,
inside.
right?
Yes.
So cool.
Gosh, it was so amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know. I did a video back in the day for Toby Keith called "Bullets in the Gun." It was like a mini movie too, but we shot it in Lancaster and Palmdale, and it was over 3 days. And I was like, "Wow, this is so long for a music video," you know. But
Yeah.
same as you,
It was
because
super
it was
cool.
the
Yeah.
production value is really, really
And it
high.
reminded me of like Casino and Ocean's
Yes.
11.
Yes.
You know,
Very
so
sexy.
it's like a little blend of that.
very glamorous, very sexy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your video as well, it was like a little mini movie as well.
Yeah, it was
you
like
were,
a modern day Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah,
was
you
that
were
one.
shooting guns and riding motorcycles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Literally.
stealing
I
the
love
cash.
it. Wow.
She
Yeah,
was.
girl.
She's a bad girl at the
Oh,
end. She
yeah.
literally leaves her guy.
Take the money
Wow.
Lets him get shot and takes off. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
mess
that's
with
when
Texas.
we met. You're like, hey, check out this video. And I went, oh my gosh. Like, I had no idea. Yeah. She was in a video of mine playing spoons. So
Yep.
it wasn't
Okay.
as cool and glamorous. It took an hour. You know, everyone
Yeah, but
was
it was
talking about her on
fun.
the set.
It was fun and heartfelt, and it was. He
No, we
was
had a good
amazing.
time.
Yeah.
This girl's
Yeah.
amazing. She
Yeah.
can hybrid into almost anything. Like she can just like, you would see her and like she's one way and she's a chameleon herself. Like just
Exactly.
amazing. Girl,
Exactly. I
amazing.
agree. That's why she's sitting next to me. It was in this room that she said, you know, hey, is that seat open? And I'm like, yeah, you know, of course it is. And so here we are, and you're on episode 5 together
Yep.
right
Yep.
now. So this is
This
the
is
new
beautiful.
branding of A Hero's Journey.
I'm just trying to keep up with you guys.
Off the air when we came in, you were mentioning how, you know, we were bragging about Danielle.
Yes, we
and
were.
how she is a chameleon. She literally does the voiceover stuff as well,
Mm-hmm.
which out there, it's insane. She's on commercials. She plays characters, and then you said
I have an
it'd
idea
be
for
fun.
one for the show too.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Wow. Yeah. I was talking about cartoons.
Yeah.
If I had one thing I would ever do, that would be the voiceover for a cartoon.
Oh, really? What kind of character
Yes.
would you like to play?
I don't even care.
Anything?
I will just, yeah, I have to try it.
What
One
kind
A
of character did
Barbie.
you
Maybe
play?
they should do like a Barbie
Yeah,
princess
oh my
that you
gosh.
could play. Beach Barbie or
it's
something.
it's a dream of mine, and I always salute her when I see her work and when I hear her voice. She's just amazing.
I love her.
You're
I
great.
think we originally met on a Caesar's job, right? She played Cleopatra.
Oh wow! Isn't there a
Caesars.
photo? There's a photo of her on a horse. Is that the one?
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yes. Caesars.
It's
yes.
epic. It is epic.
And it's a cover of the
Well, there
Las
was
Vegas
a-
magazine.
That was the cover of Las Vegas magazine.
And a
yes.
commercial too, right?
There's several commercials.
it was a whole campaign.
It was about 2 years. 2 years of campaigns across the world, actually. Caesar's property.
Wow.
So Caesar's Entertainment.
How cool!
There's
Yeah.
some kismet with
Yeah.
Caesars, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That was incredible.
Do you like acting or modeling better?
Okay, so I'm shy.
Me too, actually. Yeah.
You're amazing, but modeling is great because you don't have to speak much.
right.
And acting, you have to break out of your character. Now, although I've been placed in situations where I have to become something else, I try not to think about it and I just do it like right when I'm there, so that way I'm not too nervous.
Right?
But
Like today,
modeling-
you seemed a little nervous coming in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A little bit is good.
It's
though,
something
right?
different, but you
It's
know
like-
Yeah.
what? I love challenges. I love taking leaps.
They say
So-
feel the fear and do it anyway, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's my motto.
Yeah.
Just say yes.
Yeah, so Caesars was a big turning point in a positive way for my career. It set a whole new historical record for Nevada, and
Wow.
What?
they showed me all of the archives of all of the Cleopatras they've had before me, and they were being inclusive. They wanted to be known for a brand of diversity, and that's how I came into the picture.
Love that.
And we did several campaigns, several commercials. They also wanted to push for women empowerment, so they took a lot of pictures of me by myself. It was just amazing. It was amazing, and the state acknowledged it at a Nevada legislative caucus event, which is where I actually got a chance to meet the president, and so did my niece as well.
Wow.
Take pictures with the president there. It was a great event. It was big, and it was
And
a great experience overall.
And what type of opportunities came to you from that campaign?
If anything, there was several jobs that came along after that. None exactly like that, but that was just,
It set it off.
yeah, it set it off. It gave value to my career.
Yeah.
You know, we have those things that happen in our careers that
A
set us
milestone.
apart and increase our value.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it definitely increased my value.
How cool.
Ultimately, what
So
would
how
you-
did that come about though?
Yeah.
So how did you land? Was it just an audition?
Cleopatra
or-
was an audition,
Okay.
something that you'd have to do in person.
Right.
And so they said, come dress for the part that you want. There were several parts. There was an assistant. There was Cleopatra. There was the entourage, the squad, you know, things like that. And so I always envisioned myself and believed to feel like a queen. And I kind of grabbed some Halloween stuff and put it on. And
Wow.
and I showed up, and when I walked in, I noticed that not everyone was dressed to, you know, the occasion. Yeah, but it was a few girls there that dressed up, and they kept having me do stuff over and over. I guess that meant they liked me, and it was between me and another girl, and so I'm just sitting.
was she dressed as
waiting.
Cleopatra as well, or
I don't think so. Actually, I didn't see her at the casting, but I did know of her. She
Okay.
was a model with my agency.
Oh wow.
So I did know of her, and I was a little nervous, like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. And so they ended up picking me, and it just blew up from there in a great way. And I was like, what? Me?
that's amazing?
I couldn't
That's so
believe
cool.
it. Yeah, so.
You won an award for something else that I noticed on social media. What was that?
Yes, it was the top entrepreneurs in Las Vegas. I've won several awards actually this
Okay,
year.
so tell us about that,
Okay,
because
yeah.
not only is she a model and an actress, she's also an entrepreneur.
Yes. So I've won awards for womenpreneur.
Okay.
Womenpreneur, being a woman and entrepreneur. And I've won other awards for, I guess, the top models of Las Vegas, inspiring models. It's been so many, but usually in the entrepreneur division.
Okay.
So what type? Yeah,
Sorry,
go
that
ahead.
was my question.
What type of businesses do you have?
So
How
outside
many?
of modeling, I do own about 2 to 3 businesses. I have a baby business. It's not yet blossomed yet.
Okay.
But I have 2 other businesses, and one is Syndicate Solutions, and the other is Harmon Tech. So I have a tech company where I started
a tech
out.
company,
Wow.
like really?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
started
okay.
out developing mobile apps.
Oh,
But
wow.
I had my part in it. I wasn't the actual developer. My partner did that. So that was a business that I started back in like 2013.
Look at
And
that,
then-
chief nerd. We have the chief nerd running the show today, and that's what we call him.
Oh, really?
So that's perfect. The tech world,
Yeah.
that's crazy. How
yeah,
cool.
it was crazy. It was different for me.
Did you always want to do something like that, or how did that come to you? Or how
My
did you
partner
create-
had a vision, and I did the base work, built the business, developed it, researched, got funding for it, and then voila.
How did you know how to do
I
all
didn't.
that? Do you
I
have a
just-
business degree?
I just
or?
did research.
Wow.
I did research, a lot of research, a lot of
Wow.
research. I studied research in college, so I knew how to do the proper research for things.
Okay.
So that
Wow.
helped.
Not just
in
a pretty
way.
face, huh?
So college, did you get a degree or?
I did. But my college degree was in socio-psychological behavior.
What? Say that 3 times fast.
I know, huh?
I changed my major about halfway through.
Okay.
To
I
what?
decided that I wanted to do something different. So that's what I ended up doing. I wanted to be able to take my skills from college and actually be able to do something with it.
Yeah.
At the time, there was a percentage. 70% of people that go to college don't get a career in the field that they study.
Totally.
So knowing that, I said, I need to be able to major in something that can stay with me forever. People. Psychology and sociology. So
Smart.
that's what I ended up doing.
Wow.
Smart.
Yeah.
And the other business that you had was called what?
The other business is Syndicate Solutions, which won maybe 2 awards already this year alone. And that's a financial services business. So I help clients with credit education, financial education, and solutions for their businesses. So we start up the LLCs, we help them with the business funding, the taxes for the business, the whole way. So it's like a
Bravo.
one-stop shop.
Bravo. That's amazing.
Seriously.
Yeah, I love helping see others birth their vision, and I love being a part of it. So,
Love that. They should teach that in school, right? I feel like they don't
That's-
teach enough of
yeah.
that kind of stuff at school.
That's where I get lost. I'm sitting here going, I need your help. I'm not even kidding. I get lost. I can do all that other stuff.
Yeah,
The creative side
I
of
was
stuff.
there once in 2013 when I built the app company. So I was there once,
So
lost.
it's been around that long, 2013,
Yeah.
with the app company.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now we just do software development. My partner has gone and ventured off into other industries. So now it's just software development. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's incredible.
So I'm a little nerd, okay?
Yeah.
Underneath all of this. Now you can see why I don't like to act, because it involves talking.
Yeah, but you're really good at it.
Yeah, you're doing it.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
You just had an article come out on you. I'm going to put you out on the
Okay.
OK Magazine.
This is about her today, not
I
me.
know, but you're new to this show as well, and they need to learn about you. And so OK Magazine just did an article about you, and as an entrepreneur, as an actress, a model, entrepreneur. Spill it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 360 approach, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
think, nowadays it's great to just be sort of the figurehead of our own business, right? And I don't know. I think you have more control that way. I think as an artist, it's hard, right? Because a lot of times as models or actors or whatnot, we're going to castings, we're doing this, and you're always at the mercy of others.
Exactly.
So when you're able to create something, like you initially had the concept for this show,
Right.
and look how it's blossoming. There's such tremendous gratification in that, I feel like.
It's a lot of fun, and I agree with that. But learning from the people around me.
Yeah.
The guys, this space, where we
Yes.
are. And then when she said, hey, is there a spot next to you, for this show? And I said, yes, because that's what I want to take on. I want to take on the challenges.
Yeah.
I want to say yes to those things and take them on. And so that article, though, they spilled the beans and let it out that you were the co-host of this show, which was really cool.
That's
I'm like,
it. Cat's out of the bag now.
oh my gosh. OK Magazine just dropped the news. Danielle Basanova is the co-host on the show.
I love it.
That's literally 2 months old. It's, this is
And I'm 2 days old.
Yeah, this is 2 days in. So it's a lot of fun.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is in alignment.
So go ahead.
So back to the beginning of your story, I just want to kind of dive in a little bit more. In your early beginnings, when you decided to become a model after kind of seeing your mom and being in those surroundings, what were the next steps for you?
Well, it was a little hard, I will tell you. After high
okay.
school, I just knew in my head I was going to Paris. That did not happen.
Oh, no.
My parents wanted me to focus on education.
Okay.
They wanted me to go to college. And
You're like, I want Paris. I want Milan. Give me the world.
Exactly. So after college, immediately after, I went straight to the agencies and I got signed with LA Models, Next Models in Los Angeles, and started my career then. And then it moved on to New York. I was signed to major models there, and everything else just blossomed from there.
Wow.
What brought you to Vegas then? If it's LA
Vegas.
and New York.
So towards a certain, so in New York, let's just say it was a little difficult because my agent in California and my agent in New York would fight over me in terms of where I could be and when. In New York,
You're with different agencies in each city, or
Yes,
the same agency?
different states. So my
Different-
agent in California, in LA, was my mother agent.
Okay.
And my agent in New York,
They placed you with the New York agent, though?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. So they couldn't agree. New York does not like to answer to anyone. This is what it is. This is what we need. And that's it. They're just straight, blunt. So they couldn't figure it out. Again, they could not figure it out.
So was your schedule conflicting a lot with jobs?
Apparently, I was the model. They didn't tell me much about it. But what they could tell me, I understood would happen. And it literally broke my heart. I was just like, oh my God, why can't they figure it out? And so I ended up coming back to California. And California was great. However, I wanted to grow. And I wanted to take myself out of my comfort zone. And I never really came to Vegas before, and it was different. And I tried it. I had a couple friends here in the industry. They were in the entertainment industry, the shows on the Strip. So I figured they knew a little something about entertainment and shows or whatnot. And I came here and got my feet wet a little bit with some shows. And they had, like, at the time, what is the runway, the fashion show?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Fashion show mall had the runway shows there.
Yeah.
So you're doing like 6 shows a day, 4 or 5 days a week. And what is it, 4 days? Maybe 3 days. But I was doing that. And then at the time, you could be signed with multiple agencies because the
you
laws.
didn't have to be exclusive at
You
that
didn't have to be
time.
exclusive.
That's like
Okay,
you. I talked to
interesting.
you on the phone, and you're like, my agent in New York, my agent in LA, my agent. I'm like,
I know.
Whoa.
Yeah. We all have a lot of different agents, but
Yes.
sometimes in certain states or certain territories, you have to be exclusive.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's they need to know what they're doing and that they have the right clientele and market for you when you're exclusive, because then you're strictly for them.
Yeah.
So you can
and they want to
have
work the best deal, right? They don't want to have other agencies in that market competing for you and trying to, if they're asking for a certain rate, if the other ones are willing to go a little lower, they don't want any of that.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after a while, I did sign with another agency here that seemed a little more familiar. Like the other agencies in New York, they were more serious. They can offer me some runway because I'm tall and slim, and the Vegas market is a lot different from New York. You know, the models are not the same. It's a completely different market. There's so many different, there's a lot of commercial. This is one of the advertisement cities of the world, one of the largest ones.
And lifestyle. A lot
And
of lifestyle.
lifestyle.
I see you. I'm rolling down the road. I look up and see her on billboards like constantly, and I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm trying to video and send. I just saw you again. You know.
Don't crash.
I know exactly. I do that a lot.
Yeah. So I had to adjust. I had to go from high fashion to commercial or lifestyle.
Okay.
I was able to make the adjustment. For the longest time, I was wearing my hair straight. And then I started changing my hair to curly. It's big and curly. And all of a sudden, clients just start coming at me like crazy.
As a model, it's a big shift, right?
Okay.
Whether you're doing high fashion in those markets or you're doing commercial print, lifestyle, things like that.
Wow.
It's very different.
Yeah.
When I was young, I modeled in high school and nobody knew it.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. So I was modeling out of Portland, Oregon. So I would drive to Portland to do runway stuff. But again, as you know, I was born without a left chest muscle. So, and I didn't talk about it, but the agency knew. So I had to wear jackets all the time. So wintertime was my busy time for me. I would get hired to do runway shows and those kinds of things. And I remember going, nope, I can't have football practice on the weekend or whatever because I have a runway show and don't say anything. You know, that's what I did, you know? And that was my world. And so but nothing like you guys. Oh my gosh. Like you guys, it's next level stuff. New York is all high fashion stuff.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
What's like a typical day in the life for you?
Oh
Can you
goodness,
tell
it's
people out
different
there?
every day.
Yeah, that's the beauty
Depending
of
on
it.
what I'm doing, decides how I wear my hair.
Yeah.
If I had it my way, I would be comfortable in just sweats and a t-shirt every day. Just super comfortable. When you're getting paid to wear this, wear that, put this on, do this, do that, you want to just relax when you get home.
Yeah.
Right?
You
No
don't wanna do
makeup,
anything.
sweats.
Yeah, you want to relax. But a typical day, I wake up, check my emails all the time, of course, return phone calls if I need to, head to the office.
You have an office?
Run my business. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Run my business, check in on things, make sure my staff is okay and well taken care of. And but I finally reached a point where I have financial freedom, and that's what I really, really wanted. I wanted to be able to not have to be in the office all the time and be available for my family. I'm a big family person, and so I finally reached that point where I can do that. I can just hop up and go if I need to. It's a lot
so
of work.
great.
Yeah.
That is so great.
Freedom, right?
This is
That's what we all
exactly,
want.
yeah, but this is exactly what I was hoping for. You know, you sit across. I'm sitting across from you. You're beautiful, right? You're talented. We can see it. The photos are coming up behind you. You don't know that that's going on. Video clips, but to hear it get deeper and talk about those things, it's inspiring. It really is. And I'm sitting here going, I need her help. You know?
Help me.
That's what this is all about. And, you know, sharing these stories. So if you're listening out there, this is Elle Drane that we're talking to, the entrepreneur, the actress and model. You know, we're talking about the covers of the magazines that you have, the videos you're in, the campaigns that you're involved in, and all the accomplishments that you've already done, but you're not done yet. You are. What's the future look like for you?
The future for me,
If we could fast forward to even like
Yeah.
2025 or
Yeah.
the year 2030, what would your life look like?
Would you go to France?
Oh, she's going to France before that.
I would definitely travel a lot more now that things have calmed down,
Right.
because I had to put all of that on pause for a while just to be safe, you know. But definitely a lot more traveling. Now that the world has accepted the idea of the crypto space, I have also educated myself on that as well. Crypto taxes,
Oh,
So
really?
that's something that everyone's going to have to eventually know about, because if you're making so much money, you need to know how to file taxes properly,
Right.
especially when you have your investments. They don't look at it as crypto. They don't look at it like stocks. They look at it like real estate. So capital gains tax.
Right.
things
How
of
do you
that
avoid
nature.
capital gains in crypto?
There's a way.
Is there another?
There's a way.
Is that another show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys lost me.
We'll explain
for-
later, Bryce.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, so in the future, definitely opening up a wider department for the crypto space.
Which wallets do you tend to favor? Do you have a lot of different wallets for the?
So I tend to actually favor hedging, like hedge funds.
Okay.
Hedging.
Okay.
Hedging. That's pretty much. I'll tell you some of my secrets.
Okay. All right. Deal.
But the idea is to make money in your sleep,
Yeah.
and that's what I've already accomplished.
Work
so
smarter,
when I'm
not
sleeping
harder,
and
right?
I wake up every day, I get statements of how much I made in my sleep without leaving the house.
Wow.
So definitely placing your money in a vehicle that can make money for you. So
What piece of advice would you have for anybody watching?
don't put your money in the bank.
You are
That's
so
what I would
impressive.
say. Do not leave your money in the bank. Put it in a vehicle that's going to give you a better rate of return versus the bank. The banks give you 0.01
Yeah.
maybe. And it's not to bash the banks, but if you want to make your money work, and if you want to have a proper savings or money for a rainy day or whatnot, put it in something that's going to actually work for you and serve you.
And what would you recommend?
I can talk about that too
Later.
on another. Yeah.
All right. Stay tuned. We'll have
There are
more
some
episodes to
platforms. There are some
come.
platforms.
Okay.
There are a few. Yes.
All right. I like that.
You are impressive.
Very.
Thank you.
I am blown away.
Did you?
I'm
Who
at
were your
loss for words.
mentors
Wow.
along the
Yeah.
way? Were you self-taught, or who?
Well, you
taught
know
you all
what?
this?
I definitely have my grandmother, of course. I love her dearly. So she's very strong.
Sassy.
She has 6 children,
Wow.
all before the age of 21.
What?
Yes, she got married early.
Was she
Back
like
in
having
those
kids at
days.
12?
Back in those days, you can have babies early. My grandfather actually is having a birthday coming up. He's turning 80. And they got married young. He was in the service, and they had beautiful children together. And
Well,
That's incredible.
they,
Yeah.
2 of them were models, right? And
2 of them are identical twins. My mother and her sister.
do we
No
know
way.
them, or is it? are
So they kept it on a different level, and I just took it to the next level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. They inspired me. So that's definitely my mother, of course.
Did she give you any advice growing up, or any words of wisdom?
She taught
that
me
you...
well. She really had me rooted spiritually, which helped me.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the industry, you're exposed to a lot of things
Oh,
in
yeah.
front of you. And I just had a protection over me, I would like to think, that protected me from all of those other things that could have shredded me apart.
Yeah.
Especially, I went to New York with no family. I just went by
Yeah.
myself.
That was me going to California
So,
How brave.
from New York. Had nobody.
but
Yeah,
my mom
very
knew
brave.
that she raised me well, and she trusted that I knew what I was doing. And,
Yeah.
That's what's really great. Again, and we'll touch on this all the time, but a hero's journey it's like, to break it down, a hero's journey is what every movie we've ever seen that you've
Goes
acted
back to
in.
Greek mythology. yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's taking on the journey and that call to action. You got a chance to go to New York. And what do? You took it on. You said, okay, I'm going to step into that adventure and figure it out as I go. And you had to learn that space,
yeah, I didn't even know how to take a train.
right?
I just
like, learn
had-
quick.
Back then, I had my phone, and it was just I had to put Google in the. I had to figure it out, and we didn't tell my dad at all.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
did not tell my dad. We kind of kept it from him. I waited until after the fact, and then I told him.
You're like that? Yeah, I'm good.
You were
Oh,
much braver than I am. You know that I landed an episode, not an episode. I landed a 3-year contract role on All My Children in New York.
That's right. That was your
And
start.
I was in my early 20s. I was 22, and when I got to New York, the limo driver picks me up and he drops me off at the wrong place. And I remember this because he's sitting in the front seat and he's going, so how much money you making? You know, I'm like, I don't know. But he keeps prying. I'm like, this much money. And if I do well, then I make this much money, you know, a week. And he goes, I make more than that. Puts up the thing. And I was like, oh, welcome to New York. Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
So then he drops me off at the wrong studio.
Oh, no.
So now I have to walk. And as I'm walking,
Oh, yeah.
I see piles of garbage on the street. And I see two cop cars they're blocking traffic, but they're, you know, facing each other talking. And I said, hey, is today garbage day? And they start laughing at me. And they
Every
said,
day is garbage
every day is garbage day. And I'm from Oregon. Beautiful, green Oregon, right? And I had just moved to LA. I just landed this. And it's funny because I was up against a guy named Tucker, and I just saw him on a new series.
No way.
Yeah, and I remember this whole thing and being so terrified. So I step outside my hotel room. I walk around. I'm at the St. Moritz, right? I come around the corner and somebody's gets shot because he's trying to rob a Sam Goody or whatever store. He gets shot by the police. And I run back in. I'm like, okay, not cool. Tuck's like, dude, check out my view, right? Because it's between he and I. And I look out and I look down and this woman she gets hit by a taxi that just keeps going
Oh my
as she's
goodness.
walking a dog. And
Just
I'm like,
another day in the life
I'm
of
like,
New
yeah.
York.
Number 2 and number 3, it's late at night and now I'm walking out going to get something to eat, and these prostitutes walk up to me and they're like, hey baby, we'll do you for free. And I'm like, where am I?
Oh, no.
Like, where am I? And so here was the thing.
Welcome to your new home.
So a buddy of mine goes, hey, I hear you're in town. And his name is Timok. And he played, he was an actor. He was in the Janet Jackson Let's Wait a While video on the rooftop and all this stuff. And he goes, come see me. Just jump on this subway and then take this subway to me. And I'm like, I'll just take a cab because this subway was terrifying to me. Like I was not going to do it.
Yeah.
I get there and I said, I'm going home. I worked 4 days
Goodness.
and said, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I was not brave enough to take on New York at that time. I really wasn't. Now I've played there. I've done.
New York is a great city, but it will eat you alive
Exactly.
if you're not ready
and
for it.
I was this this Oregonian who's just gonna get swallowed up by New York.
Yeah.
But it was a great story, you know.
It's quite the adventure, right?
Here was the thing. I'm sitting, I roll up on Timok's block, and he's out on a stoop, right?
Yeah.
With all his buddies. And he's like, oh, yeah, this guy produced Janet Jackson, this guy. And it's like all these guys sitting outside. And he goes, I grew up here. And he goes, yeah, this is my mom's place. I grew up in this place. And they are all telling me, this is Timok's block. I'm like, block? Like, he's a soap opera actor. He was was on all kinds of stuff. And I go, block? They're like, yeah, New York State champion, karate, whatever it was, which made sense for some of the movies. When I say that name, go look him up. You'll see who I'm talking about. He's a good-looking guy, very talented. But I'm like, this is so New York, man. Like you're all sitting out I'm waiting for you guys to bust out in song or something, you know? Yeah, it was cool though. But I applaud you because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I came back to LA and was like, you know what? I took on LA
Thank
from
you and
Oregon.
good night.
New York is too much for me right now.
I know I always left in the wintertime. So
Yeah?
I
New York-
couldn't stay in the wintertime. I was
East Coast
too
winters
afraid.
are brutal.
Yeah.
I grew up between New York and Connecticut, and they're
every
brutal.
time I would leave, the next day I would hear everything got snowed in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Weird. Like it just would get snowed in. The subways, all of that stuff, like would get snowed in. I'm just
Oh, yeah.
I left on time, but I would always leave in the wintertime.
Did you ever have a time when you felt like, talking about the hero's journey, did you ever experience like the dark night of the soul? Did you ever experience a time when you just said, this is too much, I don't want to go on, I can't do this anymore?
In terms of modeling,
Yeah.
I don't think I ever wanted to part ways with modeling. Maybe just the environment or some of the people, you know. There were other, at the time, I ended up with a management company, and their job was to get us signed with more than one agent there. And some people didn't get signed. I was there a week and got signed. And in result of that, they kicked me out of the house. And I had to go stay in the model apartment.
Yeah.
Now, it was one of the other models that I was staying with at the time. And so she just...
What was the model house like?
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Was it like Real World or anything like that? I'm just curious.
So, you know... I think that was the point where after the model house, I said, okay, either I find somewhere else to stay or, yeah. But so the model house was okay, except I was rooming with a lot of Russian models. And they were chain smokers, cigarettes.
Oh.
And at the time, like the whole room would be like gray.
Wow.
And then they would put a fan on.
Wow. And that's gross, like for your skin, for
it's
just
awful.
Stink. Yeah.
But that's what they did for whatever reasons, maybe weight or, you know, I don't know.
Can you go outside?
But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I left the model house. It was very expensive. Very
really?
expensive. Yeah, they would just take it out of your check.
Yeah.
But it was very expensive back then.
Mm-hmm.
So
wow. I don't understand how you guys can. I mean, it's a lot. I remember, and I don't want to say his name, what agency it was in L.A. When I told you I was modeling back home.
Right.
I go to L.A. I didn't know that I was going to end up being an actor. I thought, oh, maybe I can model there. And I remember going to this event, and the guy walks up to me, and he's like, that's my number one model, one of the biggest models in the world.
Okay.
And he starts pinching me. And touch, and I'm like,
stop, excuse me.
Stop touching me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I can't do this. He goes, you know, we're going to have to send you to Japan or something like that. We're going to send you over Japan just a couple years. I'm like, I just got here. Like, I just moved here like 3-4 weeks ago.
That's
I'm
how
living
it
in
is.
my car, and you want me to?
That's how it is.
You want me to just pick up and go?
It's 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah.
Get used to it. Shape up or ship out.
Couldn't do it,
Right?
and I
that's
applaud
exactly
you
how
guys.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right then and there, they wouldn't let me leave. I had 4 other agencies to go see. And when I was at Major Models, they were like, do you have any other appointments? I said, yeah. They said, cancel them. You're not going. We're
No
going
way.
to sign you. We're going to call
Like,
your
we want you.
agent. We want you. You're going to go. And it was usually like around August, September, October, Fashion Week in other countries.
Yeah.
You're going to be here October, here September. They had it all mapped out.
Wow.
It was just go time.
And so did you sign with them?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I got immediately, they put me into photo shoots and all types of stuff.
Are
It
you
was
still with them
great.
now?
I'm not with them anymore.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm thinking about exploring other markets.
Okay.
In addition to this market.
Where are you looking at?
Anywhere. I really want to do Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna do
Yes.
Miami.
That would be fun.
For swim week, just
Yeah.
for fun, and
How
I
about
might
Europe?
go. Of course, yeah. I want to do Europe, Cape Town. I
Oh,
definitely
South
wanna-
Africa. I did a
Yeah.
series for NBC there. It's beautiful. A lot of political unrest, but it's one of the most, I mean, it's just God's country. It's stunning. You will love it.
I can't wait.
Yeah, go. If you can
Danielle.
go.
Definitely
You
looking
have
forward.
such the cool voice.
Doesn't
It's just,
she?
yeah. I just noticed
I always
that.
hated my voice
I was like,
forever.
wait a minute. She sounds good.
Yes.
You can't, on the
I
headphones,
know, I
she
know
sounds
already.
amazing. Yeah.
Even
So,
without the
yeah.
headphones, she's
just
amazing.
got me. Sorry, it just threw me.
You're making
It's
me
like,
blush.
what?
I've always
I'm
hated
sitting
my
here
voice ever
feeling
since
really
I was-
lucky that I get to sit in this room with the two of you. We're going to have to wrap this up, but did you have a good time?
I had a wonderful time.
It wasn't hard, was it? It was like you broke through a
No.
barrier or something
Yes.
completely new.
Yes.
Do you have any advice for anybody, like a little boy or a little girl just starting out and wants to go into?
The advice that I would give any young boy or girl is definitely believe in yourself, especially before you want others to believe in you. But you believe in you first.
Love that.
And definitely don't be afraid to take leaps. That's what I would encourage everyone to do.
You know
Love
what I
that.
loved right now? You broke that fourth wall and
Yes.
you were talking directly to them. That's amazing because that's
Yes.
what this is all about. When asked, why are you doing this? And I said, it's just an extension of myself. This is who I am. This is, if I met you and you told me about yourself, I would be your biggest fan like I am right now. Just like I am when I met you 6 years ago. I just applaud you and I watch you do your thing, and to see you go through everything you do, I know what it takes. I know the work and what you
The
guys
work,
have to
the struggle. We've
and you have
all
to show
been
up
through it.
every day to do it.
No
It just
matter
doesn't
what,
happen.
with a smile on your face.
Exactly.
Like,
Half the battle is
Yes.
showing up, right?
yes.
Yes.
Yes. But over time, you learn how to balance your emotions. You learn how to stay professional and, leave the personal stuff at the door
Awesome.
over time.
That's good advice, just all the way around for anyone and anything that you're doing. So,
Thank you for coming
Thank
in.
yeah,
you,
Elle Drane,
guys.
thank you. And
Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at HiFashElle. That's HiFashElle. Also, my website, elledrane.com. And
she's in the
Beautiful.
newest video, Shark.
Sharks.
Yeah, for
And doesn't
Imagine
that
Dragons.
describe the entertainment?
Exactly. Totally.
being a rebel, creating
No.
chaos.
That was incredible. Chief Nerd, we want to say thank you, Travis. Thank you for
Thank you,
putting together this show today.
Thank you guys for being so
Yes,
awesome.
Thank
Yeah. Danielle, what are you thinking? This is your 5th show.
Yep.
Are you having a good time?
I'm in it to win it now. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Yes. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. Again, thank you to JSP Computers and S&P Inks. Stinky Pot Studios right here in Las Vegas. This is our creative
peeps.
space. Exactly. The Chief Nerd and everyone. Elle, thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a good time.
I did. I look forward to
Come
trying
back
this
for-
again.
Yeah?
Yes.
Part 2.
You know what?
More
We'll
advice
Part
for us.
two.
What we'll do is next time you come back, bring a friend.
Okay.
And then
Deal.
we'll hear her or his story, and we'll sit here and share, and we'll get deeper into yours. And you can give us some
got-
financial advice.
Absolutely. I would love to do that.
All right?
Stay tuned for the next episode.
Yep.
Thank you guys for watching.
Yep.
This is a
Heroes Journey podcast.
Dream, and I believe it's coming around to me.